Smitty and Frankie have chat with like Ace and Rasta so that we can have a
Do you
voice
need
chat and
backup?
discuss things. Um, can I help you, Tree?
Yes, what's going on, Tree?
Um,
Do you need
I
backup?
was supposed to be setting up an interview time.
All right. So this is the third update, Tree. We are
10-4.
going to be the ones that call you up for interviews and setting up the link day and setting up badges. I mean, this applies to everyone. So we have very limited time a day to handle so much, and it's very tricky to have everyone from the ship on at the same time. So let us handle the big stuff that keep the faction going, and once this is taken care of, we will have someone call you. It might not be tonight. We'll try to make it happen tonight, but an LG or higher will get a hold of you, and they will do the test. And if you pass, you will get your vest. I know that you're very eager to get it. I am very excited for you, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. Um, but just give us some time, and we will reach out to you, please.
All right, copy that. Let me shut these
Um,
doors for you.
did you
It's
complete
all
your
good. You can leave it
de-escalation
open. Thank you.
training? Did you complete your de-escalation training and your tactical shooting training?
Um, I don't know. I don't think I did that yet. I did everything closed day. I did the test. What you call it, the vest test already. I don't know what else I need to do now. I'm kind of
Mesdames,
confused
Messieurs
this morning.
et
So
amateurs de guerre
I'm
en
gonna stop
série
by
et d'autres
this morning.
Well, as I
quand
told you when I
vous
entered,
montez dans la bomberie,
lots of things have changed. There are certain
99,9%,
requirements through
comme
certain
certains
ranks. So,
pseudo-diamants
as an
hybrides qui
unbadged,
existent entre
you
le
have your
monde,
phase one
la
training that you
bomberie
have to
BV,
complete.
elle a choisi son camp. Elle
As a
a
bad
viré
officer,
le
you have to
moteur
go and
thermique
complete
comme on
de-escalation
vire un
and
ex
escalation
toxique.
training.
Elle est clean, elle est
As
classe,
your tactical
elle est là
shooting
pour
training,
durer.
that's the cross-faction training
Et
things that we
tu
do
veux de
that Ace
l'autonomie, mon pote?
and Lindsay carry out. Monday, Rasta has done boxes that need to be filled. There's literally documentation now
Conversar.
showing where
Tropa,
every
muito
officer
obrigado pela
is, so
presença
that
de
when you
todos,
get into
todos os
that
dias nas
next
nossas
phase of
livezinhas
being
aí, hein,
an
velho.
FTO,
Tô muito
we
feliz pelas
have a
lives, né,
clear
velho.
understanding and you
O
have a
pessoal tá
clear
sempre
understanding of the information
interagindo lá,
that comes
resenhando, velho.
with
Sempre
that.
tô encerrando a
So
live aí com 20, 25 pessoas.
de-escalation,
Muito obrigado de
obviously
coração, hein,
you're
tropa.
getting into a vest.
Visualização.
There's a possibility
E
that you're going to be able to go for units
principalmente
or
desse
SWAT
daqui, ó.
or rapid response or something of that nature.
Tudo direitinho, só não
We
mostre
want you
os
to be
valores, né?
prepped
Mas
and ready for
agora
that, and we
eu vou
want you
estar
to have the
mostrando
proper
então.
training to be able
Esse
to
aqui, rapaz, ela tá
those
full dourada.
goals as an
Preste
FTO.
atenção.
We've
Ela tá
noticed
full
that there's
dourada,
too
sem
many
mola.
vests
Vou mostrar
that
pra vocês
didn't get
aqui, ó.
that proper training and they suffered.
Ó, full dourado sem mola,
And they
22
had to
km
look on their
rodados,
feet.
zero elétrica.
It's not
Olha lá,
good
ó,
for anyone.
BMW elétrica,
So, when we
13kk,
started setting everything up,
897, 3kk e
there is now
900.
criteria.
Com
So
evento,
as
né?
a
Com
vested
evento.
officer, you have
Eita,
to show evidence of teaching so many RP trainings, teaching so many macro trainings, teaching, so many taser trainings, so that when you're ready to go for your colonel, you're starting to get the understanding of what needs to be done, how to supervise, do things of that nature. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're not trying to stump you or hold you back. I understand that you're an ex-PD officer of the faction. I understand that you're an ex-suit of the faction. However, a lot of things have changed since Erica's departure, and even before then. There was literally 6 months of all this going on, and go ahead, Smitty, sorry. Or you could just stand there with your hand up.
Well, I was looking for my mic. So looking at his training log, de-escalation, tactical, plainclothes day, and vest test are still empty. He said he did his plainclothes day and his vest test, so we can mark that off. Do you know who your trainer was for those, Trey?
For my vest test on my plain clothes.
Yeah, who took you out on your plainclothes day and who verified your vest test?
Lindsay verified my vest test. And what was his name? Banks. And I think I went out with Lindsay for one of my another thing. I did a couple plain clothes day. It's all on YouTube. Lindsay have that too.
Okay, so I can check those two boxes for you because when you check the box, it requires me to put down a trainer. The trainer should be doing that after they've completed it. That's something we'll have to follow up with them to make sure that's getting done. But you still have de-escalation and tactical as part of your phase one.
Copy that. So I just gotta look for a time to do that.
Well, we will have events coming up. Um, like I said, it could be something even where, Ace sets up something, where it's specific. It doesn't have to be the whole faction. It could be, a certain group of officers that he wants to go ahead and do some tactical training with. Um, and he'll be the one evaluating that. So he's going to be the one passing you or failing you on how you do things the way he trains. The same thing applies to de-escalation training. Obviously, there's individual officers that we have in place that are going to allot you an opportunity to kind of RP out some de-escalation scenarios and how to properly escalate those with the suspect. And um, this is going to ensure that when you go out, you're not going to have these individuals coming back and saying, "Well, this guy Tree, he was disrespectful. He did this, he did that. He tased me without cause." It ties the individual's hands because we RP'd out everything appropriately. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So more training and more visuals.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's boxes that are getting filled to ensure that when these officers get to that next stage, that they have a clear understanding of what they're signing up for. Because as an FTO, you are required to teach these things that you're currently learning in your RP training, how to teach these individuals how to properly de-escalate a situation. Because just because it's an aggressive traffic stop doesn't mean that you can't try to talk the individual down. You can't try to, make the situation calmer. Anything can happen. That's why it's an aggressive traffic stop, because we're supposed to be visualizing what could happen out on the street. And if you are taking these individuals into a scene that's constantly aggressive, and this individual is constantly going to be fighting you, well, that's how they're going to take on every situation going forward in the field. They're going to go and immediately tase that individual down, hook them and book them, and just process them. And we have had very long talks with the admins during my term, as well as a DFG uh, during Erica's term, that yeah, Freshman's not happy with that stuff anymore. He wants to see interaction. If these individuals do not interact appropriately, uh, then they're going to catch RP13s for it, and he's going to get them out of the faction.
Copy that.
So this isn't us just being anal retentive and arrogant towards our officers. It's we're trying to fine tune everything so that proper RP is done, not only on our end but the civilians' end as well.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right, sir. Do you have any other questions?
No, I do not at the moment.
Like I said, don't rush the process. Just go with it. We're trying to set you up for success, not failure. Erica didn't do that for you in the past, and I'm not trying to bad blood her or talk smack, but there's a lot of dropped balls, if you will, when it came down to training individuals appropriately and knowing these are the steps that need to make great officers. And obviously, we constantly preach to y'all. We are training our backup. We are training you to take our steps, for you to be the chief one day and go through the right procedures.
Copy that.
All right. I don't want to hear it. Not a word. I'll start tasing everybody in this room. Okay, now I just you can have a word. I don't care. I can't not have silence. I know what Smitty's gonna say. Okay, Mr. Chatterbox, I get it.
All right, I had a chat with Dylan. He is deleting that server. So do we want to create a channel for? He is trying to find a way where he can get in touch with everyone from dispatch and a place where they can share macros and resources and whatnot. Should we?
Have a forum, like I said, if there's gonna be dispatch macros and all that stuff. Um, I don't. I mean, a lot of these like extra channels, like forums, we can set up. I don't know about channels. I think freshmen have
A
to.
channel is like a sub forum. That's what I mean. Like it will be under the forum. It will be a sub channel.
No, okay, well, yeah, but like I said, cross T's dot I's, make sure that admins are good with it, so that you don't get freshmen on you saying, "Why did you guys make this without even discussing anything with us?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 You just can't have a whole separate server. Like that hand
Yeah.
server that they got for the races, that is actually illegal.
Yeah. That's what I just had him delete it. I told him he needs to go delete it right now.
But this is the difference. The hand server is like, while it's third party, it doesn't have anything to do with like a specific faction. And the gangs are gonna do what the gangs are gonna do, no matter what. They don't care. They'll take the ban. It's no big deal to them. On, give me an Abuse 4 because I set up a server to be able to talk to my peeps. Yeah, like, I mean, there's a part of me that agrees with the whole concept. There's another part of me that doesn't agree. It's just because the admins don't have access to it, so they can't do anything to sanction an individual based off of what is said in those third party servers, because they're not allowed to deal with anything third party.
I like the idea of a forum because we only have, not too many forums, but they can use that forum as a form of group chat that's still moderated, and it doesn't, it's not going to be a part of faction chat, reprimands, and it's nothing that the admins may need to go and create. Could be an easy solution, but I'm on board with informing them if that's what you guys feel like we need to do.
I don't have a problem with the forum. I mean, the reason we don't have that many is because I worked with Next to get them all cleaned up. I mean, there was a shit ton of them in there that were more than 2 years old that nobody was even using. So as long as it's maintained by the group that's creating it, then I don't have a problem with it. Actually, one of us can create it. That way, if it gets out of hand, we can delete it.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. That one of us created, not them. I think it should be either you or Rasta, or Ace. Basically, just or Xander. I keep overstepping, or not. I cannot talk. Anyways, because I will have to leave when my term ends, and they will remove me from the faction chat. y- You won't have you won't have a way to moderate it while I'm gone, the 3 days or whatever. So I think it should be someone who's staying.
Sorry, I missed some of that. I apologize.
Okay, so it's as long as it stays neat and organized. I know that was the thing. People were just creating new forms out of nowhere. As long as we make, that should already be a rule. I'm sure everybody knows. Don't create a new form. I remember when you guys did the cleanup. Um, so if that's the case, then there should probably be one made for every unit that may need some communication.
Yeah, so let's run it by them on tomorrow. That way we don't have to hear about it, um, and make sure that everything is good. We will just create one for every unit, and they have access to it.
Yeah, but here's the other issue. Um, there are certain, like obviously IA, one of those units, that should not be getting things posted up. for everybody and their brother to be able to see, especially with other officers. We wanted that to be discreet and confidential back in the day for that specific reason. That would be one of those channels where you, if you were going to make a forum, it's only open to specific individuals. So the IA team, the chief, the DFGs, things of that nature. Anyone that's involved with IA. SWAT, same thing. There's too many individual officers that can go and obviously leak out information. We do have some type of leak at some way, shape, or form in the faction because there's information that we're talking about that's getting out. So somebody's talking.
Well, we should keep it pretty simple. I like dispatch as one. Definitely not every unit, but I'm sure MSP should have one as a general. But that's our faction chat, so again, probably not even necessary. But dispatch for sure, and if probably SWAT specifically, because there's raids that happen, maybe raid macros. Any unit that may specifically need to interact with each other. I only see dispatch being that honest. IA, I think that we do things, just sending each other the Discord messages and having us all view it as a way to go between invader and commanders. But is there any other unit that you guys actually think it's going to be beneficial? I think it's only with dispatches there.
Yeah, police officer here.
On the same page.
Floor 1.
Yeah, this
What?
There's a civilian want to report something.
Go ahead.
Yes, no, you can go ahead. I'll go after.
I think it's a dispatch. I think in the past week or so it started growing again, which is good, but it's grown too much that they need some sort of organization.
Yeah, Ace, do you feel like you would benefit from your own form, or do you think like the faction chat's probably good for anything you do?
Yeah, faction chat's good.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with. Go ahead, man.
I was just saying, I don't think I'd need anything extra like that.
I would assume rapid response doesn't need their own either. Really, only dispatch is what comes to mind. We don't really have any other. If we had green zone still going on, maybe them, but it might just be dispatch.
Hey, Rasta, I just read your explanation to Fresh Guy that he tapped you for why we dismissed Mr. Powers yesterday. So in those instances, I've had some dealings with Fresh Guy because he loves to come up to you and say, I need the evidence. I need the evidence. Well, this is right in front of your face. You just don't want to look at it. So when there's no actual video or evidence, because we're dismissing him on a PD6 because he basically didn't show up, just let's type a little short narrative in that dismissal. Maybe that'll keep him away from, constantly asking us for the evidence.
Yes, we'll do. I remember the day that we did it. I should have just done it that day or something to, put something in that reprimands chat. I get it.
Because I'm pretty sure to dismiss Mr. Corleone here because he's out for 3 days again, and his medal count hasn't moved in like the last a week since he got his 2,000 medals to get him up to where he is now.
Has he even gotten a single rank up? Is that 6,000 total since his hire date?
Yep, 6,000 total since his hire date, and he got hired, I believe it was 422. So he's way past his 7 days of getting his badge.
So here's what we need to do. We need to make a form of our unbadged policy, stated in the faction chat, so all the officers are there to be able to read it. Now, obviously, unbadged officers are not going to be able to see that right away. I get the problem. So it's exactly as I was stating to Rasta when we're doing the viewing process. Obviously, at the point in time, for all incoming recruits, we're going to go ahead and start body camming the unbadged policy. Do you agree to this, this, and this? Do you understand? Is there clear and expressed, you know, consent to what we're saying here? Do you understand? And if they say yes on the video, then we have that video in place. So if we have to get rid of that individual, now you can say, boom, there's the video that you're requesting, and now you got nothing to say to us.
Yeah. Furthermore, we can get them to
Sorry.
just put yes, I agree.
Well, we brought this exact same thing up last. Excuse me again. This exaggeration up with Nax last week in the admin meeting, and I said, there's no video evidence, but they've been in the faction for X amount of weeks. They haven't moved their medal count. They keep logging in and logging out. He didn't seem to have a problem as long as we post the proper things that shows his medal count hasn't moved, of dismissing them. He's like, absolutely, you can get rid of them. Did I understand him correctly, you two? I mean, you were there with me.
Yeah. He said what we can do is to body cam it every day, and basically because it doesn't show the timestamp if you just take a screenshot. So body cam it every day, and then show that over the course of several days that their medals never, or not medals, they never logged in or whatnot. Their medals didn't change, or just barely any. And he said it will be very hard, but he was fine with it.
He also mentioned that we can create any rule that we want, which I know that we knew this, but we can create any rule as long as it applies to every member of the faction.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. Going forward in the interviewing process, if you do that, you're going to cut out all that extra work of having to go in every day and run a couple second video, clip it up, go ahead and save it and do all the things. What I would do if I was in your guys' shoes, when you go into that meeting, say, hey, we go and we finish the interview process and we opt to hire these individuals on. Would you be with us body camming the unbadged policy, us, and their consent as a contract of signing on to the department that these are the conditions you are signing on for? If you agree to them, then yay or nay. If you don't agree to them, then we're gonna go ahead and cut you loose, because this is what's required. We need to put factual rules into a forum stating what them officers are required to abide by. They're not going to be required to go and abide to 3-day. They're going to be required to abide to a 7-day. In the past, everybody that we obviously remember, they were telling us 14 days. If the individual hasn't reached their rank in 14 days, then it's time to dismiss them. If we think that's more feasible in a 7-day period, then we need to. If it's in black and white, they can't
It's your
go
boy
and
Real
complain
Smoke,
to you.
and I'm back with another banger now live.
Say, well, I
What's
need more
going on,
evidence,
y'all?
because the
It's your
evidence is
boy
already there.
Pac
And
Man
they go
Trap.
everything,
Yes,
even
sir.
the green
man.
tickets, they base
We
everything
back
on
at
body
it with
cam.
another one,
So
man.
having this
Today,
verbal
I'm going to
consent saying
introduce
that they
y'all
understand
to my
exactly
new
what they're getting
crib.
themselves into,
Oh yeah,
it doesn't
we
give
got a
them any
new crib
room to
up
go
in
and
Glendale,
complain.
man.
They can
It
submit the
ain't
ticket
much,
and they'll get
but
shut
it's some
down
work.
because they'll
You
be
know
in
what I'm saying? It's a
reprimand
starter. You
showing
feel me?
this is the
You gotta
unbadged
get
policy,
you a
this is
crib.
what you
That's
violated,
mandatory.
and this is
Okay.
why we cut you loose. That's
Today
why you got the
also
PD6.
we're gonna
And
go
then they
to the
can't
city and try to
testify.
work a deal out,
They're
man.
wanting
Try to find a
they
call
want
to
an
come up on
individual
the flip.
reason to be able to say,
All
here's
right.
a video showing
For those of y'all that
them
are wondering,
telling
this
you
is one
directly
state
what you were
RP. This
required to
is a
do.
mobile
You didn't
phone,
follow
man.
it, so I
If you
can't help you
decide
out.
to
And they'll
download
close the
and fly
ticket.
in to a city,
Alright,
please
sorry
choose
to
the
cut
city
you
of
off, but we
Covina
need
and
to be set
activate
up
my
for the
friend
event
code.
that's
I'm
about
gonna
to
display it
start.
right now.
Please,
Without
we need
further
to
ado, let's dive right into the video.
I mean,
So
not
today,
really.
man,
I mean,
I
we
went
just
ahead,
gotta
man,
see who all
and
showing
I
up.
went to Hands, bro.
Alright,
And
do we
I
wanna
couldn't
see
get the
who's
deal I
online
was
and
looking for
call
today,
them
bro.
up to
I'm not
PDQ
gonna
or
lie to you,
something,
man.
get us set up
I
and stuff,
couldn't get the
anything?
deal I was looking for,
Yeah,
but
do that.
here's the thing about One Stack.
If you guys
We
need me to
just
take
gotta.
a step too, that's more than fine with me. I don't have any issue.
If what, sorry?
If you need me to take a step back, like I said, I'm just giving you my advice. I'm not trying to tell you guys what you need to do. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, it's a great idea to protect us. I would even trying to open the door to a screenshot because it's going to save us a whole lot of time for just uploading 30-second videos. You know, if we put out that unbadged policy and if they're supposed to type yes, I agree to the unbadged policies, screenshot, put it in a form for us, and you know, if an unbadged officer slips, they slip. I'll see if the screenshot's okay rather than us having to upload, you know, a bunch of 30-second videos to YouTube.
Yeah.
Officer Khalid, he finished his badge test. He did everything. You guys good if I just call him up real quick, ask him some of the questions? Maybe we can get him a badge before this event starts. If you guys want, I'll bring him to the event afterwards. It ends up some time. Don't lay up everybody else.
And it appears that Carlton has finished all his training and got his badge test done. It was sent to Lindsay.
That was quick. All right, sir, you can come in.
I'll be downstairs.
Sounds good. So, Officer Khalid, how you doing today?
I've gotten multiple messages from people telling me they can't wait to punch me, so.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, doing well. Thank you for asking. So tell me, you feel like you are ready for a badge? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice. How many ride-alongs have you been on since you joined the police department?
Like 10?
Okay. How many arrests have you made?
9?
How did you make an arrest?
I didn't make arrest. I was just watching.
Nice, that was a trick question. Okay, and you know, since you've witnessed 9 arrests, can you tell me what is the arrest process? What would we do when we see somebody potentially committing a crime? If you can just kind of explain that out to me, to the point where, you know, you've put them in jail.
Okay. I'll tell them to put their vehicle, like to pull their vehicle. And if they pull their vehicle, I will tap and hold location.